Tonight, Local News 8 investigates a surprise eviction. An Idaho Falls woman says she has lost everything after a maintenance crew came into her apartment without permission and emptied it out. By law, a renter should not be evicted without ample notice and due process. Local News 8 Seth Ratliff talks with everyone involved in this situation to get some answers.
Meet 18-year-old Corinne Millett. After graduating high school in 2023, she was excited to rent her first ever apartment until a car accident in December left her unable to work, as a result of which she fell behind on her rent payments and was a breath away from being evicted. In fact, she even received a notice. But after talking to her property management company, she was able to make this written agreement to both pay her debt and keep her apartment. Or so she thought.
When I got there, they were like, hey, there's people in your apartment. So I go and I open the door and they're like, hello, you're not supposed to be here. Nobody's supposed to be here. And I was like, well, this is my apartment. And he goes, well, I don't know you. I just know that I was supposed to come clean it up and that nobody's supposed to be here. So you need to leave.
She showed up crying and she said, they've emptied my whole apartment. And I said, what do you mean? She said, everything's gone, Mom. They took everything.
Everything she owned, from clothes to precious memories, including a one-of-a-kind dresser Dad made by hand for her 18th birthday.
It's a lot of knotty pine, walnut.
All of it gone. The family filed a police report but was told by the Idaho Falls police that the issue was a civil matter.
Have you been able to get any of that back?
No,
I have not.
No, they informed us that they took it straight to the landfill.
According to the Blue Pines Management Company, they never authorized anyone to throw away Corinne's belongings or change the locks.
The property owner had hired an independent maintenance repairman outside of our company, unbeknownst to us, who had gone over to the apartment and emptied it out. We really had no knowledge of it. We didn't ask for that to be done. We're pretty much on the tenant's side.
In response, I called one of the two landlords. He seemed genuinely shocked and almost as confused as the family about how this happened.
I want to get to the bottom of it instantly. We have a renter that we've known for years. He's a really handy guy. He seen an eviction notice last Friday on that door, number 7 of 14th Street. And so he called Blue Pine office. He usually talks to Casey, who does great, was on vacation. So he told the girl, I see an eviction notice. He says, do you want us to do anything? She says, yes, you can clean it out.
To recap, the landlord's maintenance employee called Blue Pine Management Friday, April 19th. That maintenance man was unable to talk to the property manager that Blue Pine had assigned to the building. But another Blue Pine employee gave the go-ahead for the apartment to be cleaned out. Christensen says he was told there was nothing to indicate the apartment shouldn't be evicted.
He said it was a mess. It was deep in garbage. He says there was 2 old mattresses when the power had been out for 2 weeks.
I went back to share this information with the Blue Pine Management Company. They say the maintenance man is authorized by the apartment owner to access the apartment's keys. But they say they were never asked about a haul-off or evicting a tenant.
He made that call himself. So when he says that he saw a notice and asked our office, that's not true. All he did, in fact, is just come into the office and ask for the key, which he's already been authorized to get.
Idaho law requires landlords to file a complaint and both parties attend a court hearing before they can take any action. Even after the hearing, the property manager must first obtain a writ of removal from the sheriff's office before entering the tenant's home. None of these steps were taken according to Blue Pines.
You don't just post a notice on the door and then you can go inside, right? You've got to go through the court system and that whole thing.
To their credit, Blue Pine has reached out to Corinne and her family and offered to sit down and talk through the situation with the property owner. The family says they feel like everyone is pointing fingers instead of taking responsibility. Corinne's family has been in touch with a lawyer and is expected to meet for consultation on the 30th. As for Corinne herself, she is now without a home and, as her mother puts it, has been couch surfing for the past week. I will continue to dig deeper into this story and hopefully reach the bottom. Reporting in Idaho Falls, I'm Local News 8's Seth Ratliff.